Hello, it's me, Kyle. Welcome to Give Pause Hobby, the channel where I stop to appreciate the things I love to fill my free time with. And today, we're finishing out the Quick Piloting episode series with our 8th and currently final RootBot faction, the Clockwork Corvids. Sorry, I keep saying Clockwork, the Cogwheel Corvids. Like I said, this is the 8th and final. It's the last of the Clockwork 2 factions. Of the Clockwork 2 ones, I think this is the more streamlined. So hopefully this will be one that maybe actually comes in at a true quick piloting label. The other ones have kind of been a little bit on the longer side. As before, with all of these quick piloting episodes, if you are interested in more detail, there's a lot more on this board that I'm going to be going into, including the setup and any edge cases, as well as the traits and the difficulty. That is going to be covered in the Big Brother episode that I put up in the corners. This is just going to be me essentially walking through one turn and thinking about what's going through my head as the person who's either piloting a bunch of RootBots just to watch them fight, or participating in the match, and then every so often I just need to walk through these steps so the RootBot can take their turn, just to demonstrate how to do it rather than to talk about it for 30 minutes or so. This is also the one of the 4 RootBot factions that was involved in the ill-fated Robo Rumble, the live stream that didn't quite work. So the video I linked was me talking about it because, again, live stream kind of died. It was a super fun match, and hopefully I will just redo the match, but actually record it, because I think the interactions between the factions are great. So hopefully they're just as great if I do it a second time. So all that said, let's get to the Cogwheel Corvids. All right. Before we get to the berries of this faction, a little bit about plot tokens. First of all, make sure they're all face down, shuffled up. You do not want them to be known what you're going to be drawing. Hopefully, as a human Corvid player, you're not placing them right next to the effect that they are, or maybe you're placing them next to effects that they're not if you're being sneaky. But in this case, just shuffle them up, make them really, really, randomized. But also, if you have an additional RootBot in the game, in addition to the Cogwheel Corvids, make sure you have the card that has the plot interactions for RootBots on the table. The effects that you see in the plot tokens box, we're not going to go over the details here. Again, that's in the bigger episode. But these will give you the rules for dealing with human opponents. They are slightly different for RootBots, so make sure that is nearby and keep your game running smoothly. So just like all the other factions, before your turn, you want to check up at the top to your berries. Poor Manual Dexterity and Hate Surprises are on 7 of the 8 RootBot boards, and then Embedded Agents and Nimble are the same exact rules from the human version of the Corvids. So make sure that you're paying attention to those. Again, details in the bigger video. On the actual turn proper, let's start off with Birdsong. Reveal the top card of the deck as the order card, and then craft order card for 1 victory point if it shows an available item. So just like the moles, we're back to the normal way to start the RootBot turn, and just like every RootBot faction, they only get 1 point only if it's a craftable item and it's still in supply. If it's a craftable ability, ignore it. If it's an uncraftable card, ignore it. Just pay attention to the suit, and that's all that matters. Third up, Recruit. 2 warriors in each of 2 ordered clearings. Clearing tie, standard stuff there. Take a look at that. However, a pretty unstandard and rather powerful other thing left underneath this step is no warriors left in supply. So if at any point in this action you do not have any more warriors, you're going to do the plot thickens before finishing placing warriors. So you're going to go down to the 4th step of Daylight, which we'll get to that in a bit, which I'm just going to say is pretty powerful. So the fact that this happens in extra time, and then you get to place the extra warrior, and then you finish your turn. This isn't something that's going to keep happening, at least to my reading. It's just a one and done. All right, so 4th up, flip each plot token, and it reminds you no warrior needed in its clearing. Each time you flip one, score 1 victory point per face-up plot on the map. Then resolve its when flipped effect, if any. So again, right away, you're probably seeing the benefit of having a plot thickens action right before the flip action. You're getting a benefit or a bonus plot in addition to any others that you might have. Usually you have flip and then placing plots, and not in that case. So it's kind of powerful. And then that is each plot token. So it's not like one per turn. Every face down plot. So I would go in priority order in the clearings if there are multiples, because it might change how things work as they're getting flipped. Daylight. First up, you're going to battle in each ordered clearing with 2 or more Corvid warriors. Defender dies, right there. Second up, move all but 2 warriors from each ordered clearing with a face-up plot to an adjacent clearing with no plot. Now, importantly, this is only in ordered clearings. If sometimes you draw multiple bird ordered cards in the beginning and you sort of get ingrained in your mind that it's coming from anywhere, make sure you're checking this. It's only coming from the ordered clearings. So even if you have warriors just uselessly standing around an already flipped plot, if it's not an ordered clearing, they stay there. Third up, you're going to plot. In the ordered clearing, with the most Corvid warriors and no plot, remove 1 Corvid warrior and place a random face-down plot there. Again, this is only in ordered clearings. And then right after that, the plot thickens. In a clearing that has no plot and 3 or more Corvid warriors, remove a warrior from there to place a random face-down plot. Now, this is not an ordered clearing. And this is in addition to the original plot. So what's going to happen a lot of times, which is unfortunate for this faction, is that the third step of Daylight plot is going to be a clearing that has 3 or more warriors. And it's going to be the one clearing that has it, which means then that clearing is no longer eligible because it already has a plot. It's a really big bummer for this faction, but it is what it is. That's why it's nice for them when they get to do plot thickens up in Birdsong. And then we go on to evening, which is super short. First up, score 1 victory point per pancake hand on the map, and then discard the order card, and you're done. So again, Cogwheel Corvids are pretty straightforward, even amongst all 8 of the RootBots, but especially among the Clockwork 2 expansion ones, because those are all a little bit more involved. So hopefully that was helpful. For whatever reason you are coming to this, this video, whether to learn, to refresh your memory, or just to get a taste of what it's about to see these RootBot factions and how they play. In any case, I hope that it inspires you to get RootBots to the table because they're great. And with that, thanks for taking a pause with Give Pause, and happy gaming. I'll see you next time.